Hey guys, just before we get into the weather forecast discussion for our video, we here at Weather with Ryan have a very special announcement. We have created our own Weather with Ryan live streams. These weather live streams will be going live, obviously, whenever severe weather will be affecting our area. Make sure to tune in whenever I start streaming. Make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you'll stay in the loop and be notified whenever I start up my weather live streams. Good day, everyone. Welcome back to Weather with Ryan, the most comprehensive weather forecasting channel on YouTube. Now, today we're going to be discussing the upcoming possible severe weather that will be affecting the portions of the United States this upcoming later June. Let's get straight into the details. So right now we're looking at the 200 millibar map, and this is out in the Pacific Ocean. You might be asking, why are we looking at the Pacific Ocean? Well, there's a very good reason why. Right here where you see the 975 low pressure system, that is actually super tropical typhoon Maiwar that just impacted Guam a week ago. You can see it right over the coast of Japan and starting in the Chain Islands. And up here in the red, this is the jet stream. That is the jet stream. So the reason we're looking at this is because you see tropical typhoon Maiwar, and you see it start to slowly move towards the jet stream, 992 millibars, and then boom, it gets sucked into the jet stream. Not right there, excuse me. Right there. You can see it start to get sucked into the jet stream. You might be asking, why is this significant? Well, I'll tell you why it's significant. You can see the jet stream start to strengthen. All that purple, that is the jet stream strengthening significantly. And that is not good. That is not good. And you can see it really start to ramp up, and it still stays consistently ramping up on the 4th of June. No, it's actually the 8th of June. You can still see it, and it's still really strong. So we're going on to the temperature anomalies right now. So right now it's been extremely hot and dry. There's been no weather whatsoever because there's this big ridge. All this red, that is a ridging because of the jet stream. The jet stream has been pushed up into upper portions of Canada because of the neutral phase that we've been going through. We haven't fully transitioned into El Nino yet. Well, this is about to change. The jet stream is about to come straight back right where it should be. So right now you can see this big old ridge in the United States, and ridging is not conducive for severe weather, but that is about to change. You can see how it's hot and all that, and you can see it still persisting into the 6th of June, still in the 7th, and you can see it start to weaken around the 8th of June, and then it recedes. It recedes on the 9th, 10th, and then there's still a little bit of it on the 11th, and then it all goes away. And then now the jet stream comes in and it significantly picks up around the 14th. So let's go into our 500 millibar. This is where we find all of our troughs and whenever any upcoming storms that are going to happen. So right now, relatively quiet right now. This is the 4th. You can see a little low pressure going into portions of Mexico, up into portions of Arizona. That will not pose any significant threat. Moving on to the 8th of June, 9th, nothing really. But then you start to see conductive development down there with the 500 millibar and the trough. You see the jet stream, it's back to normal, and then you start to see development. This development is going to spill into the United States. We might very well have a long protract portion of severe weather throughout June. I know. Normally May is very conducive for severe weather, but that in fact has not been the case. This May has been one of the least active Mays for severe weather in United States history. So then anyway, you could see this big old development going on down in California and Arizona. This is going to end up spilling into the United States. You could see it on the 13th, 14th of June. You see it start to spill out into the United States. This is going to have multiple days of severe weather in the United States. Let's pull it out a little bit more because that model ends on Pivotal Weather. Right here, timestamps. We are back at the 14th of June on 1 a.m. And then you can still start to see it eject out in the United States. This is obviously going to be a cause for concern and you can still see it start to move into the United States. Still there on the 16th, so we could very well have protracted severe weather still going out from the 14th of June all the way out to the 20th of June. The 20th looks to be really strong because that's whenever the actual very big trough comes in. You can see that negative tilted trough ejecting into the portions of the Ohio Valley, which is, getting pretty uncommon for severe weather in our region. So right now, this is still far out, but the models are agreeing on this. This is the European, the GFS, which is the American, and the Canadian models are all agreeing on this setup. So whenever three models really start to agree, there's a good chance of this happening. Remember, models are guidance, not gospel. But anyway, you could still see it. You could see the first round of severe weather go out on the 14th of June. This looks like it will affect the higher plains of the United States, not the Ohio Valley, which is our region. Then you can see it a little bit start to move out. Then you see more conductive, stuff. This is on the 15th of June out in the panhandle of Texas. So it starts to slowly move out, and then right on the 17th and 18th of June, you can start to see that that low come in, that really strong low start to come in, and then it really starts to eject in the upper portions of the Ohio Valley up into Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, and Kentucky. So we very well could have a protracted, long-term severe threat for pretty much the middle of the country. So let's go ahead and go out to dew points right now. So Sunday we're bringing it out to the 14th, 10th. You could really start to see all those dew points start to get up in the upper 60s out in the high plains of the country. Then you start to see it spread out in the upper portions of the Ohio Valley and the Mississippi Valley. 69 dew points down in Memphis, 64 up in Nashville, 51 near Paducah. Then that's the 13th of May, and it really starts to ramp up around the 14th. That is some really good dew points. Any storms that could initiate in here will have access to good moisture in the atmosphere, and there will be storms in this area because the dew points are so high. 63 dew points up in Indianapolis, 64 over in Owensboro, 65 down Nashville, 69 down Little Rock, and 66 near Branson, Missouri. That's actually Springfield, never mind. Excuse my French. But man, these dew points are extremely, extremely conducive for severe weather and any weather of any proportions. That model ends at the 14th of June. So we're going on the weather bell now, and you can still see it. This is, what is that? Yeah, it's dew points. This is surface value, CAPE. CAPE is storm fuel. It's basically like pouring gasoline onto the storms. It goes crazy. You can't stop it. Gasoline, fire, boom. Pour CAPE on storms, they explode. That is what creates bad, severe storms. You could see on the 14th of June, that was really bad, excuse me, sorry. On the 14th of June, you could see really high CAPE values up in the higher plains of the United States. And you can see that those CAPE values slowly start to kind of diminish on the 15th, but they really, really ramp up out in the 15th later in the day around 7 p.m. You can see it really high values, upwards of 33,000, up to 4,000 joules per kilogram of CAPE. Any storms that fire in these areas, any storms fire in this highlighted region will, those will probably turn severe. You can see it really start to ramp up on the 16th of June on Friday. Really high CAPE values in excess of 3,000 joules per kilogram. That is way above the threshold for severe weather. And you can see it just continue to stay along here on the 17th of June. Then it starts to ramp up again on the 18th of June on Sunday. Really high up in the really, really higher plains of the United States. And then it freaking goes insane on the 19th. CAPE values in excess of 5,000 joules per kilogram in the upper portions of the Ohio Valley. We're in the lower portions of the Ohio Valley. We're down here. This is the upper portions of Ohio Valley where my father lives, and up in Indiana. So if you're gonna go out storm chasing up in those areas, that is a good time to storm chase. But yeah, this severe weather setup is becoming more apparent. I'm just happy we're actually starting to have some sort of storms. But so far, the days to look out for is from the 14th of June to the 20th. That is whenever this severe weather setup, this long protracted severe weather setup, will most likely affect the United States. I mean, all the models are agreeing. The European, Canadian, and American. Those are the three biggest models that we have as weather people, and they're all agreeing. Whenever they all agree, something is going to happen, and something big is going to happen. This might be the event of the year, my friends. But anyway, guys, make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay in the loop for any severe weather discussions of this upcoming storm. And I'll see you guys later.